All right, I think this is gonna work. I'm messing with the focus because it does that thing where it focuses everything behind me all the time, and I can't always tell because I'm looking in the lens like this and not off to the side like this, like people that do that sometimes. And I don't want to pull a Casey Neistat and wear sunglasses while I'm doing it, so I think this is working. Anyway, here's what's been going on. So you wouldn't know this, but it's been a while since I made a video because I've been traveling a lot. I was at South by Southwest for several days. I was down in Miami for the Impact Teachers Conference down there. Like, I have videos that I've created at home, but I haven't edited them yet. And I just wanted to do something new and have something new come out. So this is just sort of like an update of what's been going on in the classroom. Like, I think we're doing a couple of cool things right now. One, yesterday we finished reading Lord of the Flies together. And the end of it, I read as a play with this book. There are free versions of this idea online, but that's the one I like the best. I think that it builds the drama at the end of the play better when we're all reading together. Bars. So, you like that? So then when we finished, we watched, there's a Simpsons episode called Das Bus, and we watched that as a class and then compared and contrast, like put up on the board things that were the same and then on the other side things that were similar, and talked about the differences and the similarities between the show and between the end of the book. And that was really just a way to get the kids to engage, do a quick overview of like what happened in the story, and then get them talking about that stuff. And that's just a really quick way to sort of, I don't know, break it up a little bit. Then we did a review game, which was essentially Quizzo. So they're just working on Quizzo stuff. And we have 4 rounds, 5 questions each. 4 of those questions are actually important to the story and stuff that I want to make sure that they know. Not the simple stuff like how'd the boys get to the island or what happens to Piggy at the end of the story, but other things that I want to make sure that they hone in on. So that's the kind of stuff that I'm asking, like who's the first kid to disappear in the book? A lot of kids forget that was the kid with the birthmark on his face in the beginning. At the end of that, I ask one ridiculous question. When the average person sneezes, how quick does the sneeze release from their body? Which is 100 miles an hour, by the way. Then I asked, what is a group of crows called? Which is a murder of crows. Silly stuff like that, and just makes it different. And then I played Disney songs in between each set while I was grading those papers, because that amuses me. Then another class is working on creating masks for the characters in the play. So like during one part of the story, Jack and his tribe start like painting their faces with mud and with blood and whatever else they find in the jungle, and wearing like leaves in their hair. And so they become more, they're supposed to be sort of transforming into being savages. And so we had this conversation about if your tribe had a mask, how would you decorate that mask? And so we talked a little bit about symbolism and about the symbols on your mask would have to symbolize certain things. So the kids just did their rough draft of that, and then what they'll do afterwards is, I was going to go to like AC Moore or Michael's and buy like those cheap plastic masks that they could then decorate, but I didn't feel like the expense, and because we're teachers and we pay for all this on our own, I got foam core board instead, and so that's going to look like this. So I figure I can just take foam core board that I got at the dollar store, cut this into sections, and then each person will cut their mask out of their small section. Then they can take stuff like I got pipe cleaners, I got a bunch of different kinds of leaves and stuff that they could use to decorate them. I got a bunch of packs of feathers. And this is all stuff from the dollar store, so it didn't cost me a lot of money. It only made today fun. Like, kids were engaged, and I have certain students that really love this kind of stuff, and so they don't typically do work, but when we do something like this, they can do it. Now, some kids had a hard time fitting all they wanted in the size of a mask. Students were allowed to instead create a flag, like a banner for their tribe. And that was then the conversation is like, what kind of banner would you make for your tribe? And then we're going to display these around the classroom. I'll show you them when they're finished. And it was just kind of a fun idea. A couple of things about this. One, when I allow them to do this, they are allowed to listen to music on their phones, but they're not allowed to like watch basketball highlights or something. And if I find that you're doing that, I ask you to put your phone away. Second, they're not allowed to talk. That's the trade-off when you're allowed to listen to music in class, is you're not talking to someone. Unless you have a question, of course, about an idea, or they're trying to think of something, or you're looking for a ruler or a protractor or something like that. Those things are fine, but what you don't want is just people getting caught up in conversations and then not working. So the trade-off is, I'll let you listen to music, but we're not talking during this because you can't talk and work at the same time. And how do I know that? Because I've seen it for years and years and years and years. Ron Swanson always said,
never half-ass two things. Whole-ass one thing.
I'm not exactly sure that applied, but I still thought it was funny. I said, don't half-ass anything, whole-ass everything.
Whole-ass?
Yeah.
Why would I whole-ass everything?
Because half-assing just gets nothing done. Look who's asking me questions. You got cheesesteak over here. Oh, sorry, the light ring's all up in the way. And what you can't see is my man has stickers on his face all day.
Bro.
Oh, you're going to show everyone now? All right, cool.
Yeah, what's there?
Go ahead, take the whole...
Is it? There's happiness right there. You need to get you some of that, alright? Yeah. I'm gonna walk away and that with conviction.
You're feeling sassy.
Yeah, like an independent black woman.
I don't know what that meant, but all right. Besides that, we're working on, well, this. So we have Scholastic Magazine, which I've talked about before, and I get these every month. She's like, why are there kids marching in the parking lot?
They're marching?
Yeah. What are they doing?
Oh, that's track.
Why are they...
They're not marching, they're stretching.
That's a stretch?
The hammies.
Oh, just refer to them as hammies? They're above your cavies. All right, now why are they running like, what are they doing out there? I don't have permission slips from those kids. I'd love to show you what I'm watching right now, but you know, strange things are afoot in West Philadelphia sometimes. Sometimes I try to take something from Scholastic Magazine, which I'm already partnered with, and then we try and match it to our lesson, right? And I like doing this because it creates a way to both make, like, mix content. So like takes a magazine article or take an op-ed piece or something from the New York Times and then mix it into your lesson. So this month, there's an article in here about the feud between Canada and the US. We read that article and we worked with some of the prompts that they give. So with Scholastic, there's online resources, and every month they send you like this paper that has all these teacher guide things in it. And the great thing about this is, like, look, I was away in Miami for this conference over the weekend. When I came back, I didn't get home till like 12:30. Then I was so excited about the conference, I stayed up till 1:30 in the morning to talk to my wife. I was dead tired when I came into school on Monday morning. Woe was me, I guess, but it's nice sometimes to have something easy to put out after you've done a lot of work over the weekend, or if you had a particularly difficult day. It's just nice to be able to do that. So in this, there's everything from before reading questions. They connect it to core skill practices. They give you reading and discussion questions. There are writing prompts in there. And you can find everything from the lexile level to the vocabulary that they think that the kids are going to be challenged with. And so for that reason, I really have enjoyed using Scholastic in class. And then what we did was we took that debate, this idea between the US and Canada not getting along government-wise. I have no problem with anyone in Canada. Comparing that to the feud between Jack's tribe and Ralph's tribe, and like, can we come together? What are ways that we can bring arguments together? Like, if you were in that situation and you had to heal the moment, you had to heal the situation, you had to help create a bond, how would you do that? And we get to talk about those sort of life skills. So you're doing a lot in that, right? You're really breaking down the novel and really talking about it. You're reading this article with real world stuff that's happening on, which is informing the students, and then collaborating those two things. And then talking about life skills, like how to actually get over being in an argument with someone, how to really listen to someone deeply without thinking about what you're going to say next, about using evidence in your argument and then using that against your opponent. So it was a great way to be able to do all of that stuff. I do work with Scholastic. You can find their link below if you're interested in just checking out their stuff. They do have free online content as well, but we have the subscription to their magazine and it gets sent to the school every month. I think that's it. Before you go, I just want to say that I changed my mind. I do want to talk about this conference a little bit that I went to. I went to the Impact Teachers Conference. I did not vlog the entire time. I did put up a lot of Instagram stories, which I'll show you here in a second. It was just so overwhelming in a really great way that I just didn't want to be distracted. I wanted to actually be present. And I actually talked to some other vloggers that were there that kind of made that same decision. It was so rad because I got to meet most of the people that I would love to meet in the world of teaching. Everyone from Megan Atukul for middle school, Pocketful of primary, Lettered Classroom, Smarty Style, Darren Nakikahara, Miss College Campers, Early Adventures, Miss Urban Educator from Instagram, Fernanda from That One Happy Classroom, Kate the Sleepy Teacher, my man Richard Royster was over there, and on and on and on and on. Like there's tons of folks that were there, and it was, and I'm not naming them I'm not naming anyone because I'm like necessarily forgetting them, but it was a lot of people. It was like 100 people in the room. And so while we were there, what it did was it overlapped platforms in a way that I've never seen a conference do before. So it was mainly YouTubers there, but that's because we started the planning late and it was hard to get folks involved in this. A lot of people that I invited already had prior commitments. So it went from being this sort of what we wanted was a really diverse crowd to not being as diverse, but next year we're hoping to have a really diverse population in terms of age, race, grade level that you teach, where you teach, what your content is that you're into, and also your platform. So are you big on Twitter, like Vicky Davis that was there? Are you just big in social and in the world of education, like Jen Jones that came through? Are you big in the speaking world and a really well-awarded teacher like Kim Bearden that came through? Or are you just on YouTube or Instagram or Twitter or Facebook? Like, where do you come from? And then all these folks overlapping, even folks that are bloggers were in there, and we were just mixing it up, and it was so fun to be able to talk with like-minded people. Ed Milet has this idea where he says everyone has a thermostat, and when you hang out with people that are the same heat as you are, so if you're at 70 degrees, let's say, and you hang out with a bunch of 70 degrees, you stay at 70 degrees, and that might be fine for you. But if you hang out with people that are running at 80 or 90 degrees, when you come back from that experience, that raises your thermostat also. And I like that idea. Tim Ferriss says that you are the average of the 5 people you hang out with the most. I'm not exactly sure if Tim Ferriss said that, but Tim Ferriss talks about that all the time. And so I just thought that was a really fun experience. I won an award. I can't really see this award because it's, clear. I got an award for top high school influencer. That was really fun. It was nice to be awarded something that, teachers don't get a lot of love all the time or admiration. I mean, I do on YouTube and in the comments and stuff like that, but it was fun to show up, meet people who watch you, that have been watching you for a long time, be able to hang out with them, be able to go out with them. It was just such an overwhelmingly positive experience. I just took a lot away from. So just thanks to the people from Genius Plaza who were able to put this on, Anna and Mary and Jessica and everyone else, Alessandra, and I really appreciate the opportunity to do that. And especially to do it at the place that we did, at the Lowe's Hotel in Miami on the beach is not somewhere I stay. I'm a Motel 6 kind of dude, or in the back of a car. So if you're interested in that, there's going to be another one next March. People will be able to get invited to that, and it is awesome. I can't even say how awesome it was. So that was that. And that's it. I'll probably talk about that conference again, because I'm going to think of 10 things I forgot that I wanted to tell you. That's it, gang. I really, really appreciate you. I thank you for watching these all the time. And I'll see you next time. I don't want to end like that. That's stupid. And that's it. Peace. When I pack for myself, I would pack about, I don't know, a quarter of the amount of stuff that my wife laid out for me. God bless her. Wife, I made it, and I haven't been talking to you, but I'm here with everyone. Who's there? Kate, Richard Royster. Look, it's the whole gang. I hope you're not eating macaroni and cheese.
Jenny. I miss you. I miss you.
So conspicuous and wow, these women all on the prowl. If you hold the head steady, I'ma milk the cow.
Donovan and I just found our car. We just got our rental. It's right over here. Pick the red one.
You want to take it for a spin?
Let's do it.
Big
Look, I mean, look. You look like
money, right?
You look like James Bond. You're like Camden James Bond.
Let's go.
Oh, day 96, 7, something like that. Running 365 days in a row. Here we go. I just got to take a minute and say, so I was out way too late last night, but now I'm running. I'm just starting, but I see, oh, you can't see it right here. Shoot up the picture of the sunrise coming up in Miami. I mean, this place is ridiculous. Look at this hotel. Bam. I don't even know what I'm doing here. Guy's taking a shower on the beach. That's a little awkward. But, yes. Good times. Good times. There's everybody. I'll tag all 100 of you later. So, yellow team just came in second. LaTanya was repping us the whole time, which we appreciate.
You know what? The yellow team took my color. That's what happened.
It's after 1 a.m. and we're trying to make plans to go out, but it's only all the old heads. And it's a lot of the award winners are going out there, just say.
Good morning, Jen Jones. Jen Jones. Excuse me. Jen.
Right now is doing it.
Never listens to me.
Day 98 in the Miami International Airport because I couldn't get a run in this morning. So just running back and forth till we hit our miles. Yes. That's it. Day number 98 with Donovan in the airport. That was awesome. I'm 2 more days until 100. Here we go.
Yeah, this on his phone.